If you just joined us on the System After Dark, this is a homegrown number courtesy of E3 and Cracker. Bulla, how's it going? I'm D, your host on the System After Dark, right here on Today FM. Today's hit music. You can catch me weeknights at 7 p.m. That's from Monday to Friday, only on the home of Today's hit music. And don't forget, that's D with you every weeknight on the System After Dark. Even got that homebrew flowing.
In this bulletin, the Fijian Media Association is lamenting the loss of one of its former journalists and colleague, Losana McGowan. The TASI Sangam is expected to expand its nursing institute in Lambasa, and Fijian peacekeepers to return from Sinai later this week. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate, and this is FBC News. A 26-year-old woman is still admitted in the Lautoka hospital after sustaining 10% burns to her body over the weekend. It's alleged the woman was shopping with her 3-year-old daughter in Lautoka on Saturday afternoon when her 34-year-old husband poured benzene on her and set her on fire. Police spokesperson Ananai Soro says the victim is still admitted at the ICU ward, while the suspect, who also received burns, is under police guard while also being admitted at the hospital. Investigations are continuing. The Fijian Media Association is lamenting the loss of one of its former journalists and colleague, Losana McGowan. The late McGowan lost her life early Saturday morning after her partner allegedly pushed her after a heated argument in which she fell and hit her head on the concrete floor at their flat in Turak, Suva. FMA President Ricardo Morris says the media family are devastated by the news, which has highlighted the impact of intimate partner violence in the country.
As media people, as journalists, we report on it almost every day and regularly. But suddenly to find ourselves in the midst of reporting the death of a colleague and a friend and a former workmate, it's not easy. So the Fijian Media Association would also like to, acknowledge all those reporters who are close to her that's still in the industry and having to work through this, because we know it will not be easy.
The association is expected to present a rengu-rengu to McGowan's family later this week. The TISI Sangam affiliates are expected to expand its nursing institute in Lambasa. The organization was forced to shelve the initiative in 2006 due to the political upheaval, but now it's planning to go ahead with the expansion as the country has returned to democratic rule. Ritika Pratap reports.
The expansion of the Sangam College of Nursing is one of the major projects that will be undertaken by the TISI Sangam this year. The nursing school began operation in 2006 with 66 students and currently has a class roll of 318 students.
We are looking at the dormitory for the students that will go to Lambasa. At present time, most of the island students joining us and from VP level, they have difficulty looking for the houses in Lambasa, and they have burden of paying rent and other things.
TISI Sangam had secured funding of $3.8 million from the Asian Development Bank in 2006 for the project. However, it was later withdrawn because of the December coup. Naikar says they are now looking for other funding avenues.
We look at other agencies like European Union and JICA, and we'll go back to even our supporters abroad and the government of the day as well to have the dormitory done. And finally, it will take some time because we have a complex for the nursing school now, but later on we'll look at the whole thing at one premises.
The school has embarked on a degree program from this year and has plans to register the college as a university.
Some competition, definitely, and our girls and boys coming out, people can know by their work. They are from Sangam College of Nursing. So there is identity for the students coming out of our nursing school.
To date, 404 nurses have graduated from the college and are successfully working as civil servants in various hospitals and health centres. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
The first contingent of Fijian peacekeepers based in Sinai is expected to return to the country on Thursday of this week. Lance Force Commander Lieutenant Colonel Sitiven Ngilio has confirmed to FBC News that the first group of 35 soldiers is expected in on the 9th of April, with the second contingent also of 35 soldiers expected late in the month on the 23rd. Gilio says the personnel have been away for a year in Sinai, and fresh recruits have already been deployed to ensure effective handover of the mission. The first contingent of Fijian peacekeepers based in Sinai are expected to return into the country on Thursday. Fiji's contingent to Vanuatu has been granted a one-month extension to continue with the rehabilitation work in the wake of Cyclone Pam. Contingent team leader Manasa Tangidakimbao has confirmed they received official notification from Fiji last night. Savara Tambor with the story.
Contingent team leader Manasa Tangidakimbao traveled this morning to respective locations in Vanuatu, where Fijians are working to advise them of the extended mission. Vanuatu has extended their state of emergency period for another 2 weeks and as a result requested Fiji's contingent to stay and continue to help them rebuild.
We will be working within the emergency period of 2 weeks and into the initial stages of Vanuatu rehab and reconstruction phase. So that is the work that we will be doing in the extended period that have been given to us last night.
According to Tangidakimbao, Tana Island has been the base for their medical teams who have been conducting surgeries and other operations that previously were referred to Port Vila. He says the team are expected to finish their duties on the island over the next 2 weeks and will possibly be reassigned to other locations.
They have reported that in the next 2 weeks they should be completing the work that they are doing, and they can hand over the health work back to the Ministry of Health or to the hospitals at Tana Island. So that shows that it has moved back to its normal stages.
Other countries are expected to withdraw from Vanuatu in the next 2 weeks at the end of the state of emergency period. Tangidakimbao says Fiji is one of the first Pacific Island countries to assist Vanuatu in the aftermath of the Category 5 cyclone. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
2 women are under observation at the Nandi Hospital following a motor vehicle accident at Nawai Nandi this afternoon. The 2 who are tourists were travelling in a rental car heading towards Nandi when their vehicle hit another oncoming vehicle and a bus when they were allegedly trying to overtake. No other passengers sustained injuries, and traffic officers are recording statements from eyewitnesses. The Fiji police force is warning people to be more vigilant as many are returning to their homes after the Easter long weekend. Over the last 24 hours, the Western Division recorded 49 of the 93 bookings for speeding, which indicates motorists' continuous disregard of warnings and road rules. Coming up after the break, the Reserve Bank supportive of the company's bill's financial reporting requirements.
Ya vino pali wana topa chuma ini mosi kama kwena bula FM number 2 ene seri na ngona ni ndende manda ke Central Rental Support ke de rusu ko vita minichi me va na koloko. Ni sabula.
Oya wa wati soni dalai.
Gonga e mosi don.
Nama ki kerau mena tolu kene bitu. Ena via kabi moliti kene porombuka.
Gori ana lali ne kabi. Bula FM number 2 ene seri.
The Reserve Bank of Fiji's Governor Barry Whiteside, in a submission on the company's bill to the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Justice, Law and Human Rights, has highlighted 7 key areas that the bill needs to address. Among the highlights, the bank is supporting the financial reporting requirements, which has been a concern for a number of other submissions. Maggie Boyle reports.
The Parliamentary Standing Committee responsible for scrutinising the company's bill will this week finalise their submissions and begin compiling their report. Last week, the Reserve Bank, a key implementer and regulator of the proposed bill, had their say. Governor Barry Whiteside noted the following key areas: the need to develop capital markets, which makes up less than 1% in the financial sector; the promotion of good corporate governance standards, which the bank is proposing; the inclusion of fit and proper requirements, directors' compliance statements, and requirements for the appointment of company secretaries. on disclosures and financial reporting requirements of companies, Whiteside said the bank supported this clause, which would, he says, contribute to the culture of corporate discipline, adding that disclosures benefit the company and aids in the development initiatives of the RBF. The Governor in particular spoke about the development of the small medium enterprises, SMEs. Under the bill's Section 19, the definitions of small, medium and large companies are inconsistent with current definitions. For this, Whiteside has called on the committee to consider a realignment of definitions to Fiji's current business realities. In conclusion, Whiteside added that in order for the bill to be effective, it was critical that there be additional resource support for the Register of Companies to undertake responsibilities. The committee is expected to finalise their report before Parliament's next sitting in May. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Easter holiday has always been the longest weekend for the country. While many spend the first 3 days in church, the last day of the holiday is usually spent with family and friends at the parks and beaches. Fbctv has more.
Hundreds flock to the capital's Maisuva picnic park today to enjoy the sun, sea breeze and most of all a time to spend with loved ones. Tents, fales and mats were evident at the park as many sat and laughed and shared the Easter holiday spirit.
I came half hour here. I'm enjoying my Easter holiday. I'm happy with my granddaughter.
It's going out well. I'm spending it here last day of Easter, and I'm spending it at Suva Park. It's very great. I'm spending it with my friends. We're having so much fun, and the weather too is very nice.
We just came here just to have enjoy with the team, for the mission team. We just come to have enjoy with the team in the Easter.
The Narayan family from Makoi have been spending most of their Easter holidays at the park and plan to spend it here every year. The Narayans have thanked the City Council for constructing the park to encourage more family time for many who don't wish to travel far.
Instead of going to Pacific Harbour, this is our own city, so better to be proud to be here. Yeah. And what City Council have done, quite beautiful, for children's park. So we are really happy.
We enjoyed ourselves here. We eat and we talk here, and all my families are here. We enjoy it.
The Ranandi family from Narere have been here half the day and says today's public holiday has allowed them to bring their extended family together.
This Easter weekend we gather as a family and we celebrate Easter. And then on Monday today we came a bus to Suva Park to celebrate Easter, and Easter Monday is fun because we see every family come together, celebrate Easter.
For many, it was a day to kick back before school and to relax after a long weekend of feasting.
Having fun together, since we all came from different places. We just met today, so we decided to have a picnic.
Well, actually, it means spending time with my friends, families, and having a lot of fun. And before school starts, well, this is the only day I have for fun.
It's been a great, pleasant day for us today. Just enjoy a Monday, Easter Monday today with our family and friends.
With the next public holiday to be marked on June 26th, National Sports Day, today's holiday has allowed them enough time to enjoy and spend time together as family and friends. Fbctv, FBC News.
Sports is up next. Here's Jamie.
Thank you, Jackie, and good evening. Coming up in sports, FRU still confident of Fiji's 7th side despite third place finish in Tokyo and results from the final day of Easter sports competitions. This and more after the break.
बॉलीवुड हीरो पंती रे Get this.
हीरो सपना दिखेला बंद करो।
क्या करो यार, सबको आती नहीं, मेरी जाती नहीं।
मिर्ची मस्त मॉर्निंग में हूँ अश्निल सिंह।
हाय, मैं हूँ काजल।
शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Welcome back to FBC Sports. England captured its first cup title of the season in the World 7 Series, beating South Africa 21-14 in the Tokyo 7's final. Coach Simon Amos says this result will build some confidence in the team heading into the final two tournaments in Glasgow and London next month. Tsale Ndawdakadaka has more.
South Africa marched into the Tokyo 7's final as favourites over England after disposing of Fiji in the semi-finals. But England had other ideas and showed their intentions to improve their standings on the World 7 Series points table.
I mean, I'm incredibly proud of the guys, to be fair. You know, it's not about me as a player or as a coach, it's about the boys. They've worked so hard these last few weeks, and we're measuring ourselves on effort and attitude. And it wasn't pretty rugby this weekend from a lot of teams, I think, but we carried on grafting, and I'm incredibly proud of them.
The side is eager to continue this winning form as the season draws to an end, first in Glasgow and later on home soil at Twickenham Stadium.
To be better than we were last year, and a key goal for us was to win a tournament, and we've done that now. It's quite good, but we haven't quite the strategy we wanted to in previous tournaments. A lot of injuries this year, so that's disrupted our preparations, but and the way they fought and got that win this time round is great, and it's good for us to build on going forward.
For now, England celebrates. For rugby fans, another exciting tournament is expected when teams turn up in Scotland for the Glasgow Sevens next month. Tsale Ndawdakadaka, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the pools for the Glasgow 7 sees Fiji grouped with the hosts Scotland, Wales and Portugal. The tournament will be held on May 9th and 10th. The Fiji Rugby Union says the Fiji Sevens team's performance on the World 7 Series is a testament to the effort and preparation put in behind the scenes. The team was unfortunate to lose to South Africa in the semi-finals, but Rugby House is confident the side will bounce back in the final two tournaments ahead. Tsale Ndawdakadaka has more.
Fiji fans would have enjoyed watching the national side display their talent at the Tokyo 7s. Right up to the semi-final loss to South Africa by 7-5, Fiji had racked up an impressive 18-match winning streak. Fiji Rugby Union is proud to see the hard work being done behind the scenes to prepare the team is starting to pay dividends.
Rugby Union is doing all that's within its capabilities, with its powers, to be able to field these teams to be competitive for the remainder of this series, but also with an important eye into next year towards the Rio Olympic Games.
With 4 points separating Fiji from series leaders South Africa, the fight for the top spot is expected to go down to the wire.
That is the objective in this year and also next year. As you know, we are trying to be, we are gunning for the #1 spot in the series, so that we can have an easier path in the Olympic Games.
The team arrives into the country tomorrow morning. Tsale Ndawdakadaka, FBC Sports.
The Suva Warriors defeated Mothe by 9 runs to win the LICI Easter cricket title at Albert Park this afternoon. The Warriors batted first and notched 125 runs in 20 overs. Mothe batted in the second innings and could only manage 116 runs in 20 overs.
It's been notable the improvement that was shown in this tournament, with especially the teams. The total runs that was scored in the tournament was more than 5,500 runs. I would say that is a huge improvement from the previous tournament. There were notable scores above 160 and 150 and 140 all throughout the tournaments. So all in all, very successful.
Raiwai Gold defeated Kinoe Gold to win the National Easter Volleyball Championship at the FMF Gymnasium. The 2013 champions beat their opponents by 2 straight sets. Defending champions Suva were knocked out in the semi-finals. Meanwhile, Fbctv Suva Black took out the women's title after beating Fbctv Suva White also by 2 straight sets. The Sangam IDC Super Premier Final between New Line Chemical Suva and Gibson Freight Nandi is still underway at the NZ Stadium. The two sides are still locked at 0-0 in the first half. Meanwhile, in the 56th Vodafone Sonata tournament at Gavin Park in Bar, Monaco, New Zealand beat Lambasa in the final 3-0. That is your sports for this evening. It's back to Jackie now with weather.
Generally cloudy conditions with some showers was experienced over the eastern parts of the group. Fine weather with afternoon or evening showers prevailed elsewhere. Temperatures as usual swayed in the balmy 30s with a high of 32 degrees recorded across 4 centres and a low of 29 degrees fell in Savo. Tomorrow it's back to work for most of you. Fine weather expected in the AM with fine and isolated showers across the main islands. Further outlook, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas, moderate southerly swells. And recapping our headlines. The Fijian Media Association is lamenting the loss of one of its former journalists and colleagues. The TISI Sangam is expected to expand its nursing institute in Lambasa and Fijian peacekeepers to return from Sinai this week. Now to the results of our poll question. Last week we had asked, are you satisfied with the services of your municipal councils? An astounding 77% voted no. And this week we are asking, do you think Fiji can win this year's Rugby Sevens World Series? Visit our FBC website www.fbc.com.fj to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You can also find us on YouTube, Fbctv 2011. And that's our bulletin today. Join the team again at the same time tomorrow. Till then, have a lovely evening and a wonderful work week ahead. Good evening.